Have you ever dealt with people so negative that it almost pulled your own energy down? Well, I found some secrets that you can use to actually raise your vibration and not let that affect you, because what happens is we use the law of attraction, we meet negative people, it pulls us back down, we can't create what we want in our life. There's negative people, right? So in this video, I'm gonna teach you how to navigate negative people. This is Jake Ducey from jakeducey.com, and let's dive in. Number one, that's not part of my belief system. You gotta understand, first of all, that nobody outside of you can make you think what you don't want to think. Viktor Frankl, he survived Auschwitz during Nazi Germany, and he wrote this beautiful book. It's called A Man's Search for Meaning. And what he says in the book is that what he realized is that nobody can make him think what he didn't want to think. And what happens is people get into this state where they think somebody else controls their energy. And that's what happens. We search all the time how to handle negative people, as if negative people control our energy. Well, this guy survived Auschwitz, and he says they can physically torture me, they can do whatever they want, but they cannot make me think what I don't want to think. You have the free will around your mind. That's the only place really that Viktor Frankl had free will, was in his mind. You have a conscious mind, right? And if you want the law of attraction to start working for you, if you want to start creating what you want in your life, you've got to realize you have a conscious mind. Now, your conscious mind has the ability to accept or reject any idea. So someone comes at you with negativity about how bad their day was, how screwed the economy is, why this person sucks, why this person's bad, why you can't do what you want to do in your life, blah, 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 blah. You can just be like, yeah, that's not part of my belief system. You decide what your belief system is. So the trouble is, we have negative people in our life and we think that their energy is going to affect our belief system. Well, that's not the way it works, my friend. You have the ability to think what you want to think, regardless of any energy sources outside of you. But the first step is, when somebody comes at you with negativity, for you to say out loud or in your own mind, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but that's not part of my belief system. It's just not part of my belief system. I don't believe I live in a world of scarcity. I don't believe that it's important for me to focus on negativity and what people do wrong. I don't believe the economy is ruined. I don't believe what you say that there isn't true love out there. I don't believe what you say about X, Y, or Z. You get to decide what enters your mind. And what happens is negative people control us because we lose and give up our free will to sources outside of ourselves. And we forget that no matter what, we have the ability to think nobody can make us think what we don't want to think, right? So when you realize that and you say, that's not part of my belief system, I reject that, that's not part of my belief system. And when you go out there and you do something big and someone's negative and they say no and they reject you, you can say next. When someone says no, you say next. That's not part of my belief system, man. Number two, realize you are your own energy. Realize that you're your own energy. How can a negative person influence you if they're their own energy? They're not you. You're your own energy field, and your energy field is created by the thoughts that you give emotional credence to. So whatever you focus on controls your energy level. You are the one that can reject other people's ideas. You are the one that has your own energy field. And when you come from there, even if there is a negative person nearby you, a friend, a family member, a roommate, a coworker, a person in the grocery store, that guy that flips you off, that lady that yells at you, which happened to me the other day. We're renting a vacation rental. There was a lot of things that weren't disclosed about our vacation rental. I found out the laws on the vacation rental, and I got all my money back from the vacation rental because I uncovered the laws that they had concealed. The lady flipped out because she was angry. She had to give me all the money back. She started yelling at me. I was totally calm, and I was like, okay, like why are you behaving like this, right? And then she ended up like screaming for a while, and then she was done, and I got all my money back out of the vacation rental. And it was over. And then I came inside and I was like, oh, wow. Right? And here's the second part. Send them love. Send them love. You are your own energy, and the way that the energy will affect you is if you don't send them love. If you say, I can't believe that they did that. That woman, I can't believe she came over here and yelled at me and I still got my money back. Why was she even yelling at me? I mean, I was the one who was right and she knew I was right, so she gave me all my money back. What an idiot. She is such an idiot, right? Immediately I move into a negative vibration. Immediately you move into a negative vibration if you can't have love or a positive prayer for that person. Then what happens is you move onto their energy field. You know, focus on why they're wrong, what's wrong with them, why they're an idiot, why they're stupid, how they annoy you, why couldn't they be more normal, why does this always happen to me? As soon as we do that, we drop out of our energy and we move into their energy. So the goal is, can I send them love? Leave the situation, go in your room, go back to your house, sit in your car and focus for 1 minute on sending them love. Just imagine yourself sending them love. And what happens is you clear that energy and you move back into the vibration that you've been attracting and creating and cultivating in your life. Realize that you're your own energy and send them. 3, don't go as often and don't stay as long. This is a big one, right? So what happens is we say, well, I got these negative people in my life. They're my old friends, like they're my girlfriend or my boyfriend or like whatever it is. They're people that I socialize with. Don't go as often and don't stay as long. Even if it's family, don't go as often, don't stay as long. If they're negative, you're probably not going to be able to change them. You just aren't. And what happens is we think we can change other people, so we expend all of our energy trying to change them, trying to explain to them a better way of life. The only way somebody will change is if they see you living a very harmonious, beautiful, happy, glorious life. And the result is eventually they say, how the heck's he doing that? How the heck's she doing that? What are you doing? I want to know what your secret is. I want to know what you're doing. I'm finally ready to change my life. And at that point, then you can help them. The only way you can help them now is by keeping your energy at a high level and hoping that they notice, is by responding with love, is responding with kindness, is to not get sucked into it. So thirdly, don't go as often and don't stay as long. If you got a negative mom, go a little less often. Stay a little less long. When the conversation starts to slip into the negative, pull yourself out. Hey, you know what? I realize I gotta go. Or go into the situation already with a time frame. I got something going on. I got a meeting in 2.5 hours. So I gotta roll out in 2 hours. 2 hours is plenty of time. 90 minutes is plenty of time. Don't go as often and don't stay as long. And the result is you won't find yourself getting into old thought patterns where you're trying to figure out, why is this happening to me? Why are they always like this? Look how they're wrong here and look how they're wrong here, and now I feel negative and now I feel drained. Is that you've got to be able to discern your energy. It's not being mean, it's discerning your energy and deciding where you want to invest your energy, because every person you associate with and spend time with is an investment. When you invest money, it's an investment that hopefully will create an ROI. When you invest your time and your energy with someone, it's an ROI that you hope will cultivate something, which is stimulation, which is happiness, which is social connection. But if it's not happening, and it has not happened in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 7 years with someone, then you're making a negative investment. You would never, if I said to you, look man, I got the perfect investment for you. I'm a financial planner. And what I'm gonna need is $30,000. And you're not gonna make any money. What'd you say? I said you're not gonna make any money. What'd you say? I'm not gonna make any money? Yeah, you're gonna lose it. Most of it. All of it. You would never do that investment, right? Why? Because you know if you put energy into something and it's going to take all your energy away, it's not a good investment. Well, the same is so for people that you might love, but you might just be better loving them from a distance. Everything is an energy investment. So don't go as often and don't stay as long, and realize that that doesn't mean you don't like them. It just means you need a little bit more space. Last but not least, number 4, learn to practice forgiveness. Because what happens is somebody does something negative, they say something negative, it's just where they're coming from. It might be annoying, it might be mean, it might be vicious, but you gotta understand people are projectors. So they only project negativity, bad energy, hate, because that's how they feel within themselves. You would never come from that energy unless you felt that energy within yourself. And what happens is we can forget those things. Someone can do something very negative, can be very downing on our dreams, can just, be very hard to deal with. And what happens is we carry that energy with us because we want to rationalize why they did it. They did it because they're just an idiot. They're always like that. Couldn't they do any better? They cannot do any better, because if they could, they wouldn't have done it in the first place. So forgiveness, I write in my first book, Into the Wind, I wrote, forgiveness is the alchemy of the soul, which returns the feeling of possibilities to the human spirit. You limit your possibilities when you're in a state, even if it's unconscious, even if there's someone you haven't forgiven from 5 years ago and you've kind of swept it under the rug. Unless you can forgive that person, it doesn't mean you need to go write them and call them and talk to them, but unless you can let go of that situation and find either what you learned from it or just be able to let go, you're carrying and harboring that negative energy from that negative person. So the fourth step to be able to transcend and deal with negative people is to be able to forgive them, because you can only come from where you are. So if somebody's negative, if somebody's hateful, if somebody's mean, if somebody's vicious, if somebody's angry, if somebody's a quick, loose cannon, that's who they are right now. And we forget that. We expect more out of people, and sometimes they just can't deliver more. And so when you can sit back and you can say, okay, what did I get out of this? Like, what could I take away from this? Or can I just let this go? Can I just forgive? It doesn't mean they're right. You're not making them right. You're making yourself free, right? So there's a big difference. You're not making them right. You're setting yourself free. You don't need for them to be right. You don't need to actually have a conversation with them and tell them about why they're right and why you forgive them. No. You got to be able to just free yourself, because forgiveness is the alchemy of the soul, in which the feeling of possibility returns to the human spirit. Negativity will always pull you down. Hate will always pull you down if you harbor hate back, if you get negative back, if you judge them back. But when you can take a step back and forgive them for coming from where they come from, you can be free of it. Alright, this is Jake Ducey from JakeDucey.com talking to you about how to handle negative people. So be sure that you press the subscribe button. You're going to want to watch some more videos. We're going to want to get to know each other more. I got a free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It'll teach you how to reprogram your subconscious mind. Tens of thousands of people from all over the world have used it with a lot of success. You can grab it just right down below. So be sure to comment in your favorite part. Make sure you press subscribe and go out in the world with your positivity, with your love, and hold your dreams, your energy delicate, and do not let anyone's negativity pull you down.